Valentine's Day only slightly more than a week away, I think it's worth talking about one of the hottest businesses out there, online dating. Listen to these figures. There are 54 million single adults in this country who aren't currently in a relationship, and within this group, only 2.6 million pay for some kind of online dating service, but that number's been rising steadily. I bet it continues to grow as more and more young people who are more comfortable using the internet for just about everything start thinking about getting married. The biggest player here is IAC Interactive, which owns both Match.com and OkCupid. But the most effective player, the one that studies have shown gets users the best matches with the lowest divorce rate in the country, is the industry's number 2. And that's the privately held eHarmony, which is why tonight we're going off the tape to take a look at how these guys do business. Because like it or not, these online matchmaking sites are the future. eHarmony costs $59.95 per month, or just $19.95 per month if you sign up for a full year. The company uses a proprietary 29-dimensional compatibility test to scientifically match up potential partners. And now they're planning to use their expertise to expand into new markets. Right now, eHarmony is developing a job matching service, which I think could be huge if they can figure out a way to connect people with jobs they're going to enjoy. And last month, they launched a new premium service, eHarmony Plus, which can cost $5,000 a year and involves the services of an actual human matchmaker. I think this is an intriguing industry with a big future, which is why I'm thrilled to have Dr. Neil Clark Warren, you've seen him in the ads, the clinical psychologist who was eHarmony's founder, chairman, and CEO. Dr. Warren, welcome to Mad Money.
Jim, thank you so much for having me on.
Well, I have to tell you, I'm thrilled because not only are you a great doctor, but you're also a great businessman. And the more I thought about eHarmony, we're very excited to have you on, the more I realized that you have harnessed social, mobile, cloud, and connectivity. Your company is actually the modern day fantastic user of all this great technology.
Well, you know, we spent 40 years, Jim, trying to figure out how a man and a woman, or a man and a man, or a woman and a woman go together in a way that will last a lifetime. And now that we have the technology to take this to the world, we're really excited.
Well, it would seem to me that when you're doing something that involves the kind of the idea of a job, there's a lot of similarities. A lot of similarities between a corporation and a marriage. A lot of similarities between how someone can find out what they really like to do, and that these are actually very harmonious.
Yeah, I think they really are. That's a very astute of you to see that. 65% of all the people who have a job in the United States today don't like that job. They'd like to have some other kind of a job. So we want to try to get them into a job where there's really harmony. In order to do that, we've got to make a good match. In order to make a good match, we got to get companies to give us a lot more information about the job and the person they're going to report to.
Well, would that be analogous or in partnership, say, at least theoretically, with an outfit like LinkedIn that reported tonight? Is it something like that?
Yeah, it's a little bit like that, but we go a lot deeper because we have a lot more psychologists working on the matching. And we try to understand, you know, the matching of people is an extremely complex enterprise. And we recognized from the very beginning that we had to have a lot of people do this who didn't graduate necessarily from business schools. I mean, too many people make mistakes by hiring people who graduate from business schools, and they just figure out that these people can make the business work. We try to come at it another way. We try to take people who really understand people, who came up through the social sciences and really understand how to put two people together or a person together with a job so that that person can feel really great about it.
Well, Doctor, one of the things that we all grew up in, nurturing homes, hopefully, and my mother always said, Jim, there is such a thing as chemistry. You have to find the right chemistry. Now, that was just obviously a theoretical wives' tale, but there is. Like, you have identified the 29 data points of chemistry.
Well, we do. That's kind of an interesting way to put it. I've never heard anyone put it quite that way. We have 29 dimensions on which we match people. And one of those dimensions is straight-on chemistry. But I can tell you this, that you're much more likely to have real chemistry between two people if their ambition is a lot the same, if they have similar values, if they have intellect that's about the same, if they have sense of humor that's very much alike. We have 29 values. We only call one of them chemistry, but we call those other 28 probably do produce a lot of chemistry.
All right, Dr. Clark, I know my friends at TCV were involved in your company. You've had some great venture capitalists. You left the company for a while. You came back. When I look at IAC Interactive, all I say is, I really don't want a lot of that, but I do want to own Match.com because that's a great secular growth story. We're not going to get a chance to own eHarmony, are we?
Well, that isn't fully decided yet. We have a wonderful board of people, and they want us to wait a little while to make that determination. But let me say this, that as for me, this whole enterprise is a very sacred enterprise because you're putting people together with the person that they're going to be with all their lives. You're helping them get to know themselves better. I wouldn't sell this company myself, but while I own a fairly good piece of the company, there are other people who own parts of it. And down the line, who knows what, we haven't ruled anything out.
Got it. Well, look, Dr. Clark, it's an honor to have you on the show. You've built an amazing business and helped a lot of people's lives. Thank you so much for coming on Mad Money.
Thank you, Jim.
All right, we like to go off the tape with new and different ideas, and we've got one for Valentine's Day. That's Dr. Neil Clark Warren. And I've got to tell you, I wish Dr. Warren would let us all own a share, because I think this will be a great company. Founder, chairman, and CEO of eHarmony. Stay with Cramer.